Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Signals from Mars podcast. I'm your host, Victor, and this is Signals from Mars, presented to you by the Mars Attacks podcast. For those that don't know, I do this other great audio only show called the Mars Attacks podcast. If you're checking this out now, I'm hearing feedback, but anyway, I apologize. Are you guys hearing echo on your end? Please let me know. So I've been spending all week trying to fix this up, make this sound as great as possible, make it look as good as possible, I should say, as well. And, of course, I noticed a few different issues and different things that popped up last second, but hey, let's roll with it. Chiming in, we do have Mr. Jeremy Weltman up there in the UK. And Jeremy says, "Good evening, Victor, and a rocking weekend to you." Good evening to you, sir. There you go. See? Anyway. So, yeah. All right. Jeremy says, "Here's fine. Picture's crystal clear, but jumps." Okay. Cool. I'm trying out a few different things here today. A few new different things that we haven't done in the past. For example, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. This is a work in progress, something that I'll be working on these next few weeks, definitely. So, just trying to get a better show out there for you guys, and really, I want to bring more guests on like I did a few weeks back. I just want to make sure that it just looks great when I do so. So, there you go. Anyway, released this past week. Jump on over to talking about. Oh, what happened there? Oh, okay. Released earlier this week, uh, 2 episodes actually. And there I am trying to scroll on the wrong thing. Released the episode with Will Wallner, was a live stream from a few weeks back. And he talks about, upcoming music of his with both him and his wife, the Wallner Vane. Also, he talks about living in Lemmy's house, and he talks about owning Gary Moore's gear. So, yeah, you've got that. Also, a few days previous to that, I got to talk to David Ellefson and Drew Fortier, who were on Talking Metal last night. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to listen to that. I got to watch their interview with Ace, which was fairly interesting, especially the 3,000-foot basement he's got. Shit, that's huge. Links up to the live stream here. I thought I updated this. I did not. So I will be adding tonight's episode and last week's episode to this. I also have to release audio versions of last week's episode. And there will be a few other goodies in the works. New releases. We had a bunch of new releases today. Now, we're at the point of the year, I think I mentioned this last week, where it's a lot of greatest hits and live albums that are being released because it's the holiday, the holiday rush. So it's what labels like to sell. Anyway, today we had the Apocalypse Blues Revival, not to be confused with the Apocalypse Blues Review, which is the same band except 2 different lead singers. Anyway, this band features Tony the guitarist from Godsmack, and it also features Shannon Larkin, who's the drummer in Godsmack. And really, I guess it's more geared towards like darker blues, like what Vestal of Light is doing, as opposed to, say, like straight on blues, which is what they were doing before. Not that it was straight on blues, but it was a lot more blues flavored. Now they've got like a lot of like psychedelic stuff going on. So, like usual, I have a link to a video for The Doorway. I have the Spotify playlist of the album. Hey, not everyone knows when to pull the trigger on an album. So, if we can help facilitate things here, then that's what we're going to do. You listen to it, and then if you're so inclined, you pick it up on Amazon. We got our links here. U.S. links and links from around the world. Also, the return of Foxy Shazam with their album Burn. Some people would probably say, well, they're not really hard rock, they're not really metal, but, it's kind of like The Darkness. They tread the water between just straight up rock and have some hard rock elements. And, hey, I'm being honest. Back in the MySpace days, they were one of the first bands. I think they were the second band to ever follow me. So, just trying to show my love. So, there you go. Anyway, so similar deal. Video for The Rose by the band. And you have their playlist here. The track Doomed, which it's not available for me. There you go. Maybe that's why I couldn't find it. But Doomed is a heavier song, so I wanted to feature that, but couldn't because it wasn't available. So there you go. We got a few other things here. The very last recordings of Chris Cornell. It's an all covers album. I need to check this out. It's called No One Sings Like You Anymore. And that just came out. Boris and Merzbow, Silent Skies, Yashira, and Roger That all released full lengths today. Cro-Mags released an EP. Reissues from Deftones, Between the Buried and Me, Blind Guardian, and live albums from Riverside and Summoner. Interesting with the Deftones finally being released. It's essentially White Pony re-released with a remix album. Now, the way they made it sound initially was that it was White Pony re-recorded as Black Stallion, and I was like, well, this is gonna drive a lot of people apeshit, you know. I don't get why, you know, a band would re-record one of their biggest albums, you know, for commercials or stuff like that. But outside of that, you know, I don't get it. So, real quickly there, checking back in. You guys still see me fine? You guys still hear me fine, or is the picture still jumpy? Let me know if you can. Let's see. So we've got that with the new releases. Getting a lot of ducks in a row, per se, so that I hope to be able to dedicate time to more things on the website. We'll see in the coming weeks. And let's hop on over to Patreon. And a shout out to my patrons. We have Jeremy Weltman, who's in the chat with us tonight. We have Mike Jones, and we have Steve Hoker. Sure, it's only 3 people right now, but it's a great bunch. A lot of great feedback. A lot of talk about all the videos that I post. For example, just videos that posted today. Ricky Warwick's You Don't Love Me, Warpath, Innocent Lost, Wayward Sons, Even Up the Score, Witherfall, Another Face, Durbin, The Prince of Metal, which both of his videos have been poo-pooed on Patreon. Okay, yes, it's going from frame to frame, so really just listening to you. Okay. Let me try this. Okay, let me know if this is any better. If it is not, then we'll switch. Could just be my internet connection. I don't know. It's weird. It's looking as if I'm only getting 5 frames per second. That's no good. Do. Okay, sorry folks, trying to fix this here. Yeah, not exactly sure what is going on here. But I apologize. If this doesn't look good, you know, the audio version will be out in the next few days. But yeah, I'm seeing that I'm only getting 5 frames per second, where it should be a lot closer to 30. And alright, I think I may have seen the issue here. This should be more like... Okay, let me see if that helps at all. Nope, doesn't look like it does. Okay. Anyway, my setup will possibly be completely different next week. So, this may be the last run of this version of the show, but it should be cool nonetheless once I get everything the way that I want it to. So I apologize. Anyway, so from Patreon, I do want to move over to Ghost Cult and see what they have going on. So they have let's see, an exclusive video premiere of Galactic Willie, Fall Away. Ghost Cult presents Mini Metal Mixtape number 9. Ghost Cult Albums of the Year 2020, Part 1, 75 through 41. Man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do an end-of-year list. There's just so much that I haven't even been able to listen to yet. I hope to do that somehow, but just haven't been able to. I maybe have a top 10, but not much more beyond that. Let's see, exclusive premiere, Martin Rubishoff, Lights of July, featuring Jonas Rensky of Catatonia. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Exclusive videos. Wow, these guys are premiering a lot of exclusive stuff here. Hugh Davies, Breathe, exclusive EP stream, Alpha Booties, Stowaway Ants, New Music Friday. They always add stuff that I leave out, so it's a great place to check out. Podcast episode 134, Ghost Cult's Album of the Year Countdown Part 4 with Gary Alcock. Album review, Deftones, White Pony, Black Stallion. And exclusive, Rick Macy and his daughter Ayla share It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, the Christmas classic there. So cool. Let's hop on over to Blabbermouth. So AC/DC premiered Demon Fire. Let's see. Chris Cornell releases his covers albums, which I mentioned. Halford weighs in on Downing Absence. That should be interesting to hear. Cynic bassist dies. We don't know the cause yet. Best drummer in the world, Rick Allen. Love AC/DC, yeah, okay. Love Def Leppard, but come on now. Rick Allen, best drummer in the world. Best drummer in his band. How about that? Gene Simmons praises Eddie Van Halen. Let's see what else. Sammy Hagar and The Circle to release new album Lockdown 2020 in January. Neil Peart, Rush drum kit used from 1974 until 1977 sells for $500,000. Lamb of God announces its second coffee blend, Overlord. Led Zeppelin Pinball Machine coming soon. Blackmore's Night to release Nature's Light album in March. Once Upon December single available. That's another thing. Bands are going to be releasing albums like crazy, it seems like, because of all this downtime. So it'll be interesting to see how many people put out new albums because, with all this downtime, what do a lot of these bands have to do? Cornbase's Stillwell releases Change the Channel music video. I will change the channel. Steve Perry contributes background and group vocals to Lavara's Chameleon. Striper's Michael Sweet says he is a little nervous about rushing out to get COVID-19 vaccine. Queensryche singer Todd La Torre releases debut solo single, Darkened Magistry. It comes up twice. Here previously unreleased jam by former Megadeth member Nick Menza, Chris Poland, James Lomenzo, Therian Drop. Die Wahlen die Zeit music video. Pussifer releases Bedlamite video. Butcher Babies release new single Sleeping with the Enemy. Heidi Shepard, the first musician to actually follow me back on any social media. Never actually gotten to speak to her though. Progressive rock supergroup Transatlantic launches the World We Used to Know music video. Alice Cooper releases Our Love Will Change the World from upcoming album Detroit Stories. Looks like Jeremy says it was fixed. And then it's back to frame by frame. Okay. Hmm. Da, 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 da. All right. All right. I think we're might be back to normal. Let me know. So let's see. I am thinking of my top 10, says Jeremy. Yeah, me too. I think I can do 10 without a problem. Soundgarden and Foo Fighters drummers form Nighttime Boogie Association. Raven releases new music video for Not So Easy. Saxon tackles the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, AC/DC classics on Inspirations cover album. All right, I got to bring this up. It seems to be fixed again. Yeah, I readjusted things, so let's see. Fingers crossed that it remains fine. Primal Fear recruits Tarja for I Will Be Gone single. Dio, Evil or Divine, live in New York City, and Holy Diver Live kickoff live album reissue series. Eddie Van Halen's personally designed, stage played, and signed guitar auctioned for $37,500. Man, people are just cashing in on any like Eddie memorabilia they have. Just so weird. Michael Schenker Group release music video for new power ballad After the Rain. Huge fan of the first two Michael Schenker albums. After that, hit or miss. And after the second Macaulay Schenker album, the third, I should say, I was gone. So, I don't know. None of his recent stuff has really done anything for me. Hell Yes, Chad Gray featured in Hydro the Heroes Fight music video. Chris Cornell, Posthumous, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Covers album, No One Sings Like You Anymore gets surprise release. Mentioned that today, or mentioned that before, that was released today. Watch Jeff Tate perform cover of Rolling Stones, You Can't Always Get What You Want in Clearwater. Let's see, because if I keep going, this page is endless. Brent Smith on Shinedown. Longevity, We Love One Another, and It's a Marriage. New Exodus music is coming in June 2021, says Gary Holt. Nickelback bassist Mike Kroger on Pantera. They Were Our Brothers. Wolf Hoffman explains, except band name. Argues it's not as dumb as Def Leppard. Wow. Feel like that wasn't a headline waiting to happen. Why is there little mention of KK Downing in Rob Halford's book? The Judas Priest singer responds, Doro has 6 songs written for next studio album. Steel Panther on concert industry shutdown. It sucks for fans, but it really sucks more for musicians. Let's see. XY Riot singer James Durbin releases the Prince of Metal music video. Rolling Stone chooses BMG for neighboring rights, extends publishing deal. System of a Down is not thinking about a new studio album right now, says Surge. El Nino new lineup is back with Mascara, single and video. Internal Bleeding to take part in Dark Forces live inaugural live stream concert. Moonspell drop music video for new Common Prayers. Greta Van Fleet new video. David Hasselhoff heavy metal collaboration with Q-Stack. In Through the Night. Megadeth's Dirk Verburen collaborates with Rotten Sounds. Kaijo Nima. This is Finnish. Ninema. There you go. On new Bent C song, former Mushroomhead singer Waylon Reeves diagnosed with colon cancer. Ace Frehley releases animated music video for covers of the Beatles' I'm Down. And it keeps going and going. So let's see real quickly. The new Saxon album. Painted Black, Immigrant Song, Paperback Writer, Evil Woman, Stone Free, Bomber, Speed King. Oh, wait. Somebody wake me up. How many times are we going to hear all of these fucking songs being covered? You know, seriously. All right. So I want to cover a Beatles song. Or Stone songs. Painted Black. How many bands have done Painted Black? They haven't released like 600 songs throughout their career? Come on. Immigrant Song. Why not, Good Times, Bad Times? Paperback Writer. Why not Let It Be? Is there anything more popular? Evil Woman. Stone Free. Come on now, man. I get. All right, you want to cover stuff. That's fine. But songs that have already been played to death, who is going to listen to your version and honestly choose that over the original? Come on. Yeah, Jeremy chimes in. Saxon are better than that. Why, oh, why have they done this? Makes zero sense. Come on, man. Fucking snooze fest. Anyway. Bravewords. Streaming for Vengeance. Powered by Blabbermouth. Or powered by Bravewords. Wow. Powered by the competition. AC/DC engineer producer Mike Frazier. If you want to check out something really cool with Mike Frazier, go back and check out Focus on Metal's whole rundown on Little Mountain Sound. It is tremendous. So, he's great in that. Let's see. Brave Picks 2020. Okay, that's their number 21. Between Rock and a Prog Place, Rick Emmett retraces Canadian prog. Rush was a pretty high bar. 40 years since the passing of John Lennon, Ian Gillan, Ace Frehley, Mike Portnoy, and more remember the Beatles legend. Fuck the Facts. I think this is, these have been on there for a few weeks. Okay, let's see if they have anything different. Keith Emerson tribute concert release adds DVD to its roster. Okay, Joseph Williams releases self-directed music video for Liberty Man. It's a swashbuckler in 6/8 with a clear Toto vibe. Okay. Hawkwind supergroup Hawkstrell release holiday album Space Xmas, Space Christmas, I guess, including performances from Glenn Hughes, Rick Wakeman, Robbie Krieger, and more. Steve Perry we mentioned, Phil Anselmo's and Minor, Orpheum Theater, New Orleans, 2020 performance available on demand through this month of December. Lamb of God announced second collaboration with Night Flyer Roastworks for Overlord Dark Roast Coffee. Wet featuring Jeff Scott Soto launches music video, new single for Got to Be About Love. Led Zeppelin Pinball Machine coming soon, teaser video. Yeah, and Jeremy says, just released a new album. He's talking about Saxon. I agree, man. They've been putting out solid stuff. I'm not the hugest Saxon fan, but they've been putting out good, consistent music. So, makes zero sense. Hookers and Blow, complete recording for forthcoming covers album. Let's look at that. I mean, the only thing they've released have been covers so far as well. Megadeth, here previously unreleased recording by former members Nick Menza, Chris Poland, and James Lomenzo. I guess that's from Ohm. Yeah, so we pretty much covered that. Let's see Hookers and Blow, if it says what songs they're releasing. Hookers and Blow, the now legendary project formed by lifetime Guns N' Roses keyboardist Dizzy Reed and Quiet Riot guitarist Alex Grossi, have completed recording the band's upcoming covers record, set for a 2021 release via Golden Robot Records. Let's see. They covered Eddie Money Shakin' and the Rolling Stones' classic Rocks Off. So there you go. It's not Painted Black. At least it's Rocks Off. It's something different. So, and Shakin', okay, was one of Eddie Money's like hits, but you kind of don't expect that one. It hasn't been done 1,000,000 times. So let's see Metal Injection. Dude wakes up from a coma to find his favorite metal musician as his respiratory therapist. They have their weekly injection with new releases, their best albums of 2020. They talk about Dave Grohl covering Beastie Boys. David Hasselhoff song, which I mentioned before. Let's see. Figure skating duo perform to Metallica's Nothing Else Matters. Okay. Mentioned this Paradise City official trailer featuring Black Veil Brides. Slipknot and Lamb of God members launches. Former Nightwish vocalist Tarja and current Nightwish vocalist Floor discuss their music in new chat. Avatar dropped music video for Second Secret. Deftones stream Tourist remix of Change in the House of Flies. Moonspell stream new song Common Prayers. Chris Cornell, Francis Achiavel drop scathing mellow death single. Okay, Brand of Sacrifice crushing on new song Demon King. Averse announced new album release, crushing new video Implement. Joe Quail releases Breathe Talking live performance of White Salt Stag. Their ultimate holiday guide for metal musicians. Got to check that out, of course. Live Nation president says concerts will return summer 2021. I mean, once the vaccine was mentioned, it was only a matter of time. Revamped El Nino lineup unveils new track Mascara, mentioned that before. Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen release first single Taking My Chances, and Holy Death Trio harness retro stoner groove and bad vibrations. Have to say the Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen song has left me kind of a little indifferent. Kind of the great players, just song kind of doesn't live up to my expectations, but I see that I'm in the minority based on other people's comments. Let's see. Waking up from a coma all by myself is an outstanding feat. Imagine accomplishing something so spectacular and then having your respiratory therapist be your favorite band's bassist. That's exactly what happened to one patient named Mason and Kansas metal band Hammerlord bassist Terry Taylor. Not to be confused with the Red Rooster. So, cool story. Check that out. I know it's on a few different websites. So, let's see. Ultimate holiday gift guide for metal musicians. The wow factor. Yeah, definite wow. Amy Lee of Evanescence. Autographed SE Electronics V7 microphone. $1,000. Ibanez guitar. Autographed by Dimebag Darrell, John Petrucci, Zach Wilde, Jerry Cantrell, Yngwie Malmsteen, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, $9,995. Paul Reed Smith 513 custom owned by Wolf Hoffman of Accept 5,400. Okay. Chris Adler, Firstborn, Ex-Lamb of God, autographed 12-inch Remo Ambassador drumhead. About $85. Guitars. BC Rich, Warlock for $450. Jackson JS Series Dinky Arch Top with Amaranth fretboard. Zach Wild Les Paul, which is no longer made. LTD Les Paul, or LTD Eclipse, excuse me. Standard 7-string, new for $400, used for $365. Amps, Positive Grid Spark, used for $310. Boss Katana 50, new for $230. Yamaha THR10. And let's see, Dean Costello, Heavy Metal Warfare 100-watt amp, $2,300. Orange TT15H Tiny Terror 15-watt guitar, PV6505 mini guitar amplifier, 20 watts, new for $600, used for $404. Orange Tiny Terror 50-watt guitar combo. Effects, more Noise Killer, Proco Rat 2 Distortion, DOD Meatbox reissue. Wow. The Meatbox was, subharmonic synth pedal. Okay. Boss HM2. Let's see, Earthquake Air Devices Acapulco Gold. Accessories, Zildjian Low Volume Quiet Pack with Remo Silent Stroke drum heads, $350. I wish it cost $350 over here. This probably costs like $1,000 to $2,000 in Europe. Okay, cable, strings, tuner, a tuna, picks, keyboard, a keyboard. As my son says, keyboard. Try to get him to fix that. Keyboard, not keyboard, not a Boyd. Let's see, drum machine. Recording podcasting kit. A few of these on here. The new SM700B, $400, was cheaper than this on Black Friday. This is the mic that I use. And that's the end of their list. A lot of cool stuff. Let's see. Metal Sucks. Readers say these are the best albums of 2020. I'm going to pull this up later. Hatebreed don't debut on Billboard's Top 200 chart for the first time in 23 years. They'll blame the pandemic, not the music. Shit that comes out today. Okay, Cynic bassist dies. Bad Wolves singer accused of assault. More stories you may have missed this week. This weekend's top metal live streams. Greg Puciato. I almost forgot how to pronounce that. He's from Morris Plains, New Jersey, not far from where I'm from, which is Dover. Dova. Asphyx's new song. Sphincter says what? Knights Templar Stand is not about economics. Chris Cornell. Estate Surprise releases covers album. All right, I got to check out what's on this. I haven't looked at it yet. Harikari from the Sky, new single, The Oceans Between Us. Static X covers Motley Crue's Look That Kill. Oh, it's now on streaming services for the first time. Okay. I'm going to say, that came out with their cover of Still the Night. Alice Cooper, Dave Grohl, which I mentioned. Converge, Health, The Armored, and Tomb Mold post new tracks from Cyberpunk 2077. I've heard the game is buggy as shit. So a lot of times when these releases are hyped up, servers can't handle it, the downloads don't happen, so on and so forth. So you're almost better off waiting a few days or even for the game to be patched. Moonspell Silosis debut new song, Worship Decay. I want to see what their ultimate holiday gift guide for metal musicians is, see if it's the same thing. Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou reteamed for new EP. Doja Cat left apologetic voice messages for pleading after MTV Song Theft mishap. He seems to be just happy with the exposure. All right, so let's see. Number 1, Black Dahlia Murder, Unleash the Archers. Number 2, the Unleash the Archers isn't bad. Deftones Ohms, that's okay too. Not as good as other stuff that they've released, but it's not bad. Lamb of God album isn't bad. The Trivium album had 2 songs that I really liked, but the rest just kind of, didn't do it for me. For me, I mean, Armored Saint is on my top 10. Killer Be Killed's Reluctant Hero would be on my top 10. Perhaps the Unleash the Archers. And definitely Code Orange's Underneath. Really love that. I mean, my top 3 I'd probably already named. But let's see the Chris Cornell tribute album. All right, so it doesn't say who recorded what here, so I'm not sure. Features covers 10 tracks by John Lennon, Harry Nilsson, Electric Light Orchestra, Prince, and others. All instruments were performed by Cornell and Brendan O'Brien. Get It While You Can, Jump Into the City, Sad Sad, City Patience, which is Guns N' Roses, Nothing Compares to You, which is Prince, which was released a while ago, if I'm not mistaken. Watching the Wheels, that's John Lennon. You Don't Know Nothing About Love, Showdown, To Be Treated Right, and Stay With Me, Baby. Primal Fear, top 10, and Testament, says Jeremy. I like the Testament album as well. Dream Deceiver is one of my favorite tracks to come out this year. But overall, I think the last few albums were stronger than this album. Just my opinion. Let's see, Ultimate Christmas Guide. Okay, so this is the same exact list as Metal Injection. The PRP. So Matt Cameron, we talked about that. Deftones Chino on Black Stallion. There's only going to be a niche amount of people who are going to appreciate it like we appreciate it. Okay, so I get that. Islander enlists wrestling legend Sting for Crazy Crazy World music video. Nine Inch Nails Trent Reznor reveals the album that changed his life. I couldn't get Born Under Punches out of my head for weeks a few years back, okay? Dub Trio and Skindred's Benji Webb unite on Inni Kamoze cover. Melvin's debut, Brian, the horse-faced goon. Brian, you horse-faced goon. That would be, if you know of a Brian who is annoying you. Great A's to release acoustic EP, Amends, Striped, release new version of Shouting Out. Hydra the Hero debuts, Fight music video, Hell Yes, Chad Gray guests. Evanescence, Shinedown, I Prevail, Seether, etc. awarded new gold, platinum records in the United States. Butcher Babies, we mentioned. Okay. Curious to see what Trent Reznor says here. Okay, there are a few candidates for this question, but one of my absolute favorite records is Remain in Light by the Talking Heads. It is an album I didn't understand when I listened to it for the first time in the beginning of the 80s. Back then, I was living in rural small town. that was widely cut off from interesting culture. And then suddenly this album landed. A strange, synthetic, polyrhythmic piece of art with African influences, which confused me in every way with good albums is in case. Okay, well, you could read the whole thing here. Once in a Lifetime is on here. Same as it ever was. I forgot to crack open Kerrang, so let's do that. Let's get a view of what's going on over in the UK between the Buried and Me. Is that no? I screwed this up. Bring Me the Horizon. Jesus. Amy Lee, Baby Metal, and more reflect on what the pandemic has taught them. Kid Rock, Watch This Fight Each Other. Hatebreed's Jamie Josta answers your questions. How the Nightmare Before Christmas inspired a generation of rock fans. Hear the surprise final Chris Cornell album. Watch Bill Bailey play Enter Sandman on the horn. Strictly Come Dancing rehearsals. Okay. Svalbard. When shows come back, they will be different. They won't be streamed, I guess. Devil Sold His Soul announces a new album. Lost Cher lead single Beyond Reach. Tenacious D's Craig Gass on the difficulties of Jack Black going Hollywood. I fell apart a couple of times. Mention that. Watch Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder perform Future Days at the Game Awards. And then they've got a bunch of reviews. So I think we've covered pretty much all the news for today. Remember to go to MarsAttacksRadio.com to keep up with everything that we have going on. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the Signals from Mars channel. Like this video, share it with your friends. I've set up a link tree as well, which has been making the rounds here. And if you go to the link tree, it's link. Let's see when it comes back up. You'll see that it spells out Linktree/Mars Attacks Podcast. I'm going to be adding links for that on all the social media. And hopefully we'll get all these bugs worked out. There you go. Linktree with a period between the R and the first E /Mars Attacks Podcast. And it has all the links to all the great social media sites. Also, you can go to MarsAttacksRadio.com, click on the icons at the top and at the bottom to get all this, to get to all the great social media stuff. Sorry, I'm spacing out here because I'm thinking of all the shit I got to fix later. But guys, I want to thank you for watching this live. I want to thank you guys for listening to this after or watching it after. Either or is appreciated. Thank you for the constant years of support. It's been 11 plus years. I am very grateful for every person that has ever listened to this, whether you guys think the show is good, bad, or indifferent. You guys know how to reach me on any of the social media stuff there. So that's it. There's more to come next week. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time right here on the Signals from Mars live stream, brought to you by the Mars Attacks Podcast. See ya! Get the horns in focus. There you go. Boom!